Here is the Lifeproof case for the iPad. Finally just came out, and you can see here is the retail box for it. You can see a little cutout, shows a little bit of the screen protector. They call it naked screen technology. The name is NUUD, it stands for nude, and the clarity of the screen itself. It's made for the iPad 2, 1632, 64, or the iPad 3rd generation, 1632, 64 as well. If you don't know Lifeproof already, they make iPhone cases that are waterproof, dirtproof, snowproof, and shockproof. You could fully submerge the device under 6.6 feet of water. Once the ports are sealed for the headphone jack and the charging port, then you of course have dirt and snowproof as well. And naturally, when someone buys a protective cover, they want it to be a little bit more shockproof, so you don't drop it, hit it on the edge to avoid breaking the screen instantaneously. Here's the right side of the case. Here's an actual size photo. You can see the case itself is really tiny, so the photo only helps out so much. Here's another actual size of the other side. It has a list of contents right here. You have the case, the microfiber cleaning cloth, headphone jack covers, jack cover keeper, and headphone adapter and water test insert. Here is the rear of the case, and starting from the top, your Lifeproof everyday case is refined, convenient, and obstructive. Lifeproof gives you the freedom to make your iPad your constant companion, so get your case on and let's go. Here's a little bit about where you can use it on the job, examples, construction sites, on the road, all weather conditions, in action, adventure, outdoors, when navigating, and on the water. In and around the pool, at home, by the way, with kids, cooking and mess, at school, go anywhere, textbooks, science, discovery, fun, and sports. Here's a little bit of a walkthrough with the case. You have your all buttons and features are always accessible. Shows a little bit about it. The rear of the case, the large speaker port, how they keep it waterproof, and the sound unobstructed almost. Allows you to get most of your music and movies using Lifeproof sound enhance system, and it's a little perforated, not necessarily perforated, but a little thin piece of plastic or whatnot that allows the sound to go through, and people with iPhone Lifeproof cases can definitely understand that. You have some glass right here, double AR coated rear glass lens for ultra high quality images for the iPad camera, same with the the iPhone case. You have the nude clear cover, which allows for perfect tactile response and visual clarity while iPad remains fully protected. And of course, you got the waterproof, dirtproof seals on the case ports and buttons, mainly the headphone jack and the charging port. So, also the headphone adapter you'll need to use if you're not using iPhone standard headset or really thin headphone jack in order to get it through that waterproof seal. So let's open up the case, see what we got inside. I don't plan on hanging this case on my wall, so I'm just going to rip it apart per se. And this has a lot of glue. Opening the top of the case, let's see, we have a caution label. Here is a iPad water test unit, and it looks like it's a sticker on the cover. After use, store in a safe place for future tests, where test unit will not get scratched or damaged. Caution: prior to water exposure, the following checklist must be adhered to. Installation checklist: study instructions showing correct installation, water test case with test unit prior to installing iPad, ensure iPad is correctly installed in the case, and ensure all ports and seams are tightly closed. Especially before you go in the water, you always double check that your ports are nice and sealed. Here is the case itself. Here's also the headphone jack. You have the headphone jack cover keeper, so This is just a rubber piece to hold the headphone jack cover, which screws in, has a little tiny O-ring seal that just keeps it right there so you don't lose it. Here is the headphone jack adapter. So you have your 3.5mm jack with the screw. There's an O-ring right there to help seal it. And then the other side is just a female port, which allows you to use any kind of headsets. Particularly, you probably want to use waterproof headsets when you're out in the water, obviously. Or if you have some throwaway ones, you can give those a shot. This is mainly so you can keep this port waterproof. When you're around, day to day, you can unscrew that jack out of the case, which is right there. You can see there's two covers. You can unscrew that, and you could insert your iPhone headphone, or just really thinly profile, and you'll see how small that port is. Let's see if I can open it up right now. You can see how small that port is, so if you have angled 90-degree headphones, it's going to be pretty hard to get it in there. So taking a look at the rest of the case, feels like a pretty good solid piece of plastic, and along the edges is really high grip rubber. And same with the back, the whole back piece, and then it has an open frame right here for the back of the iPad. You can see that microfiber cloth right there. There's the rear speaker. And then you have the sliding silence and sound mode for the iPad. You have the power button right here, and there's that double AR glass lens. And here's the volume up and down. I almost missed that. You can see different parts of the case. Looks like they join the different material together right there along the four corners. And let's see if we prop this open. Looks like you would start out from the bottom. So with this notice, this is important. Do not use a screen protector with this case. Use of a screen protector may interfere with the home button and waterproof seal function. Remove any screen protector prior to submersion in water. So it's probably, I'm guessing, the most important aspect is this case was built perfectly sized for the iPad, especially to get the tactile feedback and whatnot with this screen protector. So you don't want to have a screen protector. That way this can fully seal when you press all the seams together perfectly. And if you do have a screen protector, it might actually inhibit its water seal functionality. There's the home button right there. And it doesn't have a tactile feel. It just has a little bit of like a elastic feedback, rubber feedback. Here is the port cover for the iPad. You can see it has a little piece of rubber in the back, and then this just hinge on the bottom and clicks upward. Let's open up the front cover. Here's the front and back cover. I'm going to take out the insert, more of the same information, read before installing. So inside here you have more detailed install instructions. Check O-rings, water tests, and then iPad installation. Here is the microfiber cloth, but that's this side. Here is a nuud, front cover. Here is the front bracket for the Lifeproof case. It has a little warning right here. Remove before use. Please ensure O-ring is firmly placed and fully seated into O-ring grooves before each installation. Refer to included instruction booklet for guidance. So remove that to the side as well. You can see that rubber O-ring along the whole entire edge, and that seals right next to the nuud front case. Here is the rear of the case, and you can see some of the O-ring came out, so we just realign that back into its insert area. And it looks like the rear part of the case is one-piece construction. You can kind of see some of the joining parts right here. Here's the inside parts of the, and you can barely see that, the sound silent and on and off basically. Volume up and down, the power button and internal part. Then you have the microphone right here. Microphone port, and then down here you have the rear speaker, and it has that material that allows sound to go through but does not allow dirt, snow and water to come through. So this is the back piece, just one whole piece, and the front piece looks like these two separate pieces, one being the nude front cover and then one being the front bezel for the Lifeproof case. So I am going to remove all this trash and go get the iPad and install it.